The past and the future have their own reality, which is characterized in different ways. The sense of their reality manifests subtly. So we're often told about the importance of being in the present moment. That is what is real. The past and the future don't have a reality. But what Patanjali is saying here is they do have their own reality. And it's that reality which pulls us from the present moment. They're both constructions of the mind. The past and the future are constructions of the mind. We might say, well, the past happened, didn't it? So that's real. And the future hasn't happened. So it's not real. But it's going to happen, isn't it? Events unfold. What's set into play now has consequences for later on. But let's relate this back to Patanjali and our yoga practice, in particular to the first of the 8 limbs to do with yama, which is about not indulging ourselves, not indulging our comfort zone, or not focusing our lives around our comfort zone. Now, if you've tried to do meditation, particularly meditation which involves some kind of focusing the mind, perhaps on the breathing, and you'll notice that your attention is getting pulled in different directions. And these directions can be characterized as the past or the future. You will replay scenarios from the past, perhaps pleasant scenarios, but perhaps even unpleasant scenarios. Or perhaps you'll be thinking about what you're going to be doing once you get off your meditation stool, what you're going to cook for dinner later on, or what you're going to do when you get back home from the retreat. Or you might just be veering into outrageous fantasies which have no possibility of happening, so you're off into a pure fantasy dimension. But that's no different in essence from being caught up in the past or the future. So this is the subtle manifestation. We spend a lot of our time seeking comfort or reassurance, turning our attention to the past or the future. And let's be quite clear, this doesn't mean you don't make plans. Of course you have to think about the future, but this isn't the same spirit as what we're talking about here in the first limb of yoga. We're not seeking comfort in notions of the future. We make our plans for the future, which is perfectly reasonable. You do what needs to be done for yourself, for your dependents, for your community. But that's not the same as indulging your attention in notions of the future or in fantasies, thinking about what you're going to do when you win the lottery. That's a favourite. So the past and the future follows on from what was said before about the cause and effect, the cycle of cause and effect. This is the process of our moods, our mindsets, which lead from one into the other, and which is underpinned by our memories and psychological tendencies. So the past and the future are manifestations of that. And what Patanjali's been telling us in Sutra 2 is it's possible to step out from this, to make a transition. And the essence of the nature of this transition is in accordance with the principle of non-duality, which means we just drop all notions of past and future, of cause and effect, of individual selfhood, of the whole cognitive structure. The notion of an individual wandering around an external world and perceiving that world through the senses. That's duality. The principle of non-duality, Advaita, is coming back to the essential awareness which is at the heart of all experiencing. Reality is of the one nature, but contrasts within each mood produce schizoid understanding. So again in Sutra 15, Patanjali is talking about this great flow of life once again and the transition to another dimension. But I'll look at that in the next video.